So let me start off by saying that the entire scene these days is very different from what we had, say, 10, 15 years ago. The avenues that you had to make it as, say, an independent musician or as a playback singer or whatever were different 15 years ago. We were discovered then than they are now.
Right.
Right now, everyone's turning to social media, Instagram, whatever. Someone, if tomorrow you ask me about, like, where can I find a singer in this sort of genre? And then I say, okay, check out this person. I give you a name. You will first look them up on Instagram.
Sure.
You will run a search on YouTube and you will see what you find. So your online profile is really important these days. And I've found that a lot of singers have broken through in that way. So they've created, these, like, they make videos, of course, they constantly engage an audience. Either doing that on Instagram, on YouTube, on both. But that's really important. I find like a lot of music directors first go to these channels and they see what your profile is like and how you sing and everything, and then they give you a call. So this is one ways of being discovered. I think coming back to the basics though, to be a musician or to be like an independent artist, firstly, you need to fine tune the art. You need to learn your music. You need to actually love your music and you will love what you do. That's the first thing I would say.
Okay.
The second is, remember that the independent scene has just kind of started exploding in the last few years. And original music is the main thing. You need to create original music and make sure that that you stand out from the crowd. So how do you do that? So if you find like 5 people singing a certain way, my advice is don't sing that, because you'll be the 6th person in the end of that. It's nice to emulate an artist to the point where you can, do stuff exactly like them, but then move on, find another artist to emulate really. And then, put those influences together. And hopefully you will be more than the sum of your influences. That's what I like to tell some of the younger folk who are getting into it. But yes, stand out from the crowd. Don't try and sound like everyone else. That's very important. Other than that, I understand that, social media is a difficult thing. Like, it's not for everyone. A lot of us, in fact, who make music that is, inward. It's more introspective. Like, a lot of us are introverts. We don't like putting ourselves out there. But, there's a choice and there is a way to, do it so you can overcome that, the shyness or the way you want to stay pure. We don't want to, get into this showy business. But the fact is, it is part of your work. That's why you need to, do it, and you need to, like, at least get used to it. So I'd say is do these things, write good songs, put them out there. There are ways to release music these days that we did not have 10 or 15 years ago. Right now, you create a song, you record it, you get people involved, or will create the track. Then you go to a distributor. Yeah, you go to someone like an OK Listen, now you go to Believe and schedule it for release. And then it comes out on, like, on Spotify and Apple Music and Ghana and Week and everything like that. Release your first track, release your first EP, and learn the business. It's really important as a musician these days to understand what is the master recording. I'm not going to go into detail here, but these are things you need to research. What is a master recording? What is publishing? And copyright is a part of it's publishing. How do these things work? What are your rights? And what, like, for example, if a label approaches you, what is it that they want from you and what is it you should demand from them? It should never be, that the label keeps speaking and only asks and they don't give. So you should understand what your rights are and what you should be looking out for. Very important things. The master, the publishing, very important. Every musician should understand these things. So educate yourself in the music business so you don't get taken advantage of. Whenever there's a deal to be made, always involve a lawyer, a music lawyer, always. Never just go blindly into a deal, So these are some of the basic things I would say, like every musician should know before and why they're getting into it.